Alright, so today I'm repotting this white pine. Picked it up for about 50, 60 bucks. It was a big mess. I put some wire on it, got it back into shape somewhat. Of course, still a long way to go. So this tree, I imagine, has not been repotted for more than 10 years, and the soil is like a rock. So I'm scraping away around the rim of the pot to try to get an edge in right down to the bottom so that I can lift this tree out, keep the pot intact, and then we'll look at the root system. Okay, let's keep going. So it's out of the pot, and this thing is like a massive, super dense chocolate brownie. Looks like it was cared for at some stage in its life, but when I picked it up it was very neglected. You can see how packed full of roots this white pine is. So this is the root hook I like to use when I'm knocking out a really dense root ball. I like to knock out along the sides here, try to separate a bit of the side from the bottom, try to pull it away. Yeah, and I start by just knocking in, putting an edge in right along the side, along here, and try to pull that bottom section away, and then I'll slowly start to knock out along the top there. Okay, so we want to, of course, protect these inner roots, especially, maybe not so much these stragglers on the top. They're probably going to be gone, but these more established roots that are going to really show on top, especially the ones with age, they're the ones we want to take care of. So as I slowly work in, I'm taking more and more care. If it's really rock hard, I'll use this. If it's a bit softer, I'll use this with care. If it's a bit softer, I might use a set of chopsticks, just a pair unsplit, and slowly start scraping away with the chopsticks away to try to see what's underneath, and try to loosen up that top layer of soil so that once the repotting's done, soil can penetrate quite easily into what is now that big block, impenetrable block. Right, let's get to work and see what we can come up with. Alright, so as you can see, I've knocked out that bottom line, and what I'm finding in this tree, it's been in this pot and in this soil, I'm just giving it a turn here, for so long that pretty much the tree has eaten almost all of the akadama that was once there. It's all broken down into dust and it's been eaten up, and all that pretty much is left behind is karuishi. What do you call it? This white stuff. Pumice. There we go. And here's the other side. So surprisingly, the roots on this tree are quite healthy. See the colour in them, the size. What I'm guessing is that this is what I'm going to find around the outside of the tree, around the rim of the pot where the water was able to get in. And I'm guessing that right in the center underneath the trunk there's going to be nothing. It's just going to be dust in there where water hasn't penetrated for years and years and years. So I'm going to knock this out a little bit more and start working on the top edge around the tree. Okay, let's see where we get to. All right, I'm doing this alone. I'm holding the camera and holding the tree, and that's why I can't give you a full experience of what I'm doing, because I need to use both hands while I'm working. But I've knocked off the entire bottom of the tree. You can see, actually, surprisingly, it does have good roots all the way through. I'm actually really shocked by this, because it's really obvious this tree has not been repotted for a really long time. Alright, so I've knocked off the bottom. I've just taken that whole bottom section off. All it was really long roots connected to the tree, but there's a lot to work with here, a lot that I can keep, and a lot that's going to power this tree into the future. Alright, now I'm going to work on this top edge and knock that away. This is where I need to take more care, because these are the roots that are going to show in the future. So we're thinking 10, 20, 30, 40 years into the future. So even these little roots that run across the top may come into play as part of the design, building a bed and a barri in the future. So we take care, we go slow, and there's no need to hurry during a repot, and we try to see into the future, try to work out what is going to add to or detract from the future design, which are things like roots that are too big, roots that are crossing, roots that are going up on too strong an angle, or down. Well, down's not as much of a problem, but yeah. So let's start knocking out this top edge of this big block here. Okay, let's do it. Okay, this is where we got to now. Before I show you, I just want to say a few things. So those who aren't, don't have a lot of experience in bonsai might take a look at this and think, oh my god, he's taken off, he's taken off 3/4 of the root system. But there are some good reasons for leaving not so much. So first of all, look at the amount of roots, the amount of this tree has a huge ability to take in water. It's got so many fresh, clean, nice coloured, healthy roots down here that this tree has huge capacity to recover from this. Okay, also looking at this tree, got nice fresh buds, no signs of any kind of problems with recovery from my wiring a few months ago, and so this tree's in really good health. Yeah, so this tree is looking good, healthy on top, and looking good, healthy down the bottom. The block of soil and roots that was in the pots was so hard that I need to give this tree a chance to put out new roots. And so if I leave a big hard block right in the middle, all around the root base, then it's still going to have trouble. But if I clear that, especially this black soil you see, and I've left some of it in there because you can't take it all, but if I clear a lot of that out and put new fresh akadama and pumice in there, it is going to really want to push out new roots into that. Okay, so this is where we got to. Unfortunately, from my front, I was hoping to have some nice big roots just in here, but no, it didn't. So what I'm going to do is try to get some roots moving in that direction when I lay the tree into a pot. Okay, let's see what the next stage is next up.